Hello and welcome to another phone video. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, but I have something special today. It is a Massiverse fighting card game starter pack. So these aren't even out yet, but John from Solus reached out to me and asked if I would want to try a sneak peek, and I said of course. So yeah, we're gonna open this up. I already opened it up a little bit, but that's just because I gotta hold the phone with one hand and I didn't want to set it down to do that. But I haven't pulled them out yet, so I have no idea what exactly I'm going to expect to find in here. But before we do that, let's just read this little note. So it says, "Hi, thanks so much for checking out the Massiverse fighting card game, which packs super powered duels into just 5 minutes. Enclosed, you can find our new starter pack, full 2-player card game that fits in a booster. This pack features Radiant Black, a comic from Black Market Narrative, published by Image Comics. Our other Massiverse releases feature Rogue Sun, Inferno Gold Red, and more." I'm wondering if the "and more" means like the Dead Lucky and No One, or if they're talking about just other Image comic characters like Spawn and stuff. So the timeline now: earlier media copies, July 30th on sale at Gen Con. August 30th will be available on the web store. On August 30th, we'll also have online play launches through Board Games Arena. And October 15th, it'll be available in retail stores. And so why make a full game and sell it for just $5? Our theory: people will play it, they'll love it, and they'll want more characters. Solus Game Studios is a small company based in the Bay Area of California, and we are excited to be able to share the games we love with the world. Receiving a copy of the game doesn't mean you have to make any content about it, but if you want to, we're happy to support you in doing so. So yeah, they reached out to me. This isn't like a sponsor video or anything like that. I'm not being paid for any of this. They just reached out because they saw that I had a bunch of Massiverse videos on my channel and just asked if I would want to take a look at it. They didn't even ask for me to do a video or anything like that, but I figured, you know what? They were kind enough to send me a free copy. The least I can do is just do a video on it. And I'm going to be sharing my thoughts about what I think about this. So yeah, if there's anything else, if you have any questions or feedback, don't hesitate to reach out. And then there's the email. And there we go. So let's actually open this thing up. Well, actually, before we do that, so we got the Massiverse fighting card game starter pack. So this is apparently the Rogue Sun booster version. It has 2 complete decks, which means that 2 people can play this right now. So in the starter pack, the Massiverse fighting card game, pit cosmic power superheroes, Radiant Black against Premier, leader of the Catalyst Robot Army, with 2 complete playable decks. The starter pack contains everything you and a friend need to start playing the strategic and lightning fast card game. So yeah, basically with just 1 pack, you can already get a game going with 2 people. Alright, let's try to open this up with just 1 hand. Oh, there is a lot of cards in here. And there's still 1 more. Yeah, I'm doing this on my phone because I don't have any, I don't own any webcams or cameras in general other than the ones on my phone. As well as I don't have like a stand or anything because I don't record stuff IRL. I do everything pretty much digitally, so sorry for the non-professional production here. So we have one of these. I'm assuming, yeah, these look like you pop them out. I'm assuming that these are like your health, maybe damage or something, or power. So we got that. And then the cards we got Radiant Black, challenging Catalyst, outwit and outlast your opponent by readying your abilities and exhausting theirs. So we got Affinity, Basic, and then on the back, do the backs all look the same? No. Okay, so there we go. There's, I'm assuming that's Marshall, could be Nathan. We got a pressure. Your enemy must exhaust an ability. Counters. If you do, gain, I'm assuming that's energy. We got energy bombardments. Pierce. If this ability is countered or blocked, deal 1 unblockable damage. I wonder what the little 2 thing here is. I'm hoping that maybe there'll be like a rules in here, because there was no rules in, this is like the only letter that came with it. There's no like rules. And I also received an email, but the email didn't contain any rules either. Gravity Slam, vicious. If this counters an enemy ability, it deals double damage. You may ready an exhausted ability. Are these all going to be of Radiant Black? Is that what they mean by this is one of Radiant Black? And like different packs will have different characters, or that you can choose? Like say I wanted one of Dylan from Rogue Sun. Can I just buy a Dylan pack? Or would I have to buy a Rogue Sun pack and hope for Dylan cards in there? So we got Vengeance, block 1 damage. So it looks like the back actually does all have the same Massiverse. We have an Absorb. If you block damage, heal 1. So it looks like this is like a shield. So shield cards prevent all damage from your opponent's card due to their defend ability listed below. Block all damage dealt to you this round. We have a rest. At the end of the round, regain all your abilities, including this one, and gain 1, I'm assuming, energy. Parallel possibilities. Store this ability and lose all energy. Your enemy reveals 2 of their ready I don't know what the sun symbol means, but non-sun abilities. Choose 1 to exhaust. You know what, let me place the cards down like this, just so we can like see all of them eventually. So far, I mean, this looks pretty interesting. I don't know what the rules are, because like I said, there's no, maybe there's going to be like a rules card somewhere in the deck. At this point, I don't know what the rules are. And it also looks like all of them are martial. Whenever you have +1 energy, flip this ability. This begins the game on this side. Activate when you have at least 1 energy. Okay, so you flip it. And then you get Path of Existence. Whenever you counter an enemy ability, heal 1. Okay. Oh, here we go. So learn to play by scanning. And it has written rules and video. Okay, maybe maybe I'll do like another recording after I read this. But for now, we'll just go through the cards. And then maybe after that, I'll scan that, look at the rules, and then I can do like a mock game between just myself and myself. So we got Premier, Catalyst, Arbiter. Strike quickly and crush your enemies before they have a chance to put up any resistance. We have Denied, block 1 damage. Counters, I don't know what that symbol is. If you do, gain 1 energy. The Final Trial. Store this ability and lose all energy. Ready all your exhausted abilities. Okay. We have Catalyst. This begins the game on this side. Whenever you have +1 energy, flip this ability. And when you flip it, whenever you encounter an enemy ability, deal 1 unblockable damage. Doesn't sound too bad. We have another rest card. At the end of the round, ready all of your abilities, including this one, and gain 1 energy. We have Assessment Finalize. If this encounters an enemy ability, you gain 2 energy instead of 1. And then we have Connection Severed. Defeat your enemy if they play the sun symbol. We have Inevitable. If you block damage, deal 1 unblockable damage. Oh, okay. So basically, if they attack you and you're able to block it, you deal it right back. Well, you deal at least 1. And then Non-Compliance. Grab 3. If your enemy didn't deal you damage or play a grab, you deal 3 unblockable damage. So there you go. There's all the cards that came in this deck. Well, I mean, we have these, and then we have these 2 down here. That's they easily pop out. Like I just grabbed this and this one's already like starting to pop out, which obviously you need to do. You need to pop those out so that you can use the tokens and stuff. But cards look pretty cool. I like it. I don't know the rules or anything like that, but we did get a card that allows us to scan and either read the rules or just watch a video. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back and we'll see how this goes. All right, we're back. So I went and I watched the rules video. I also went and printed out all the rules. So I believe I got the hang of this. So right now I'm just gonna explain the setup. So here's your health, you get 10. Here is your energy, you start off with 0. So I'm just gonna kind of keep them off to the side for a bit. So no one has any energy, 10, 0. Up on top you have your player cards. Your player cards don't do anything. They basically just show who you're playing as, who your opponent is playing as, and just what kind of build you can expect from your player. Right below that, you have the ultimate ability. So you're supposed to keep this face up on the table underneath your player card. And this one, they require energy to use. So for example, this card, it needs 1 energy. So once I can get 1 energy, I can use this ability. And then once I use the ability, I can't use it anymore until I get more energy and that I have to spend to use it again. Catalyst requires 3 energy to be able to use, and up top you can see the damage that they deal. And then below that you have your passive abilities. So your passive abilities, for example, for Radiant Black, for Marshall, whenever you have 1 energy, you can flip this card, and then once you flip the card, whenever you counter an enemy ability, you heal 1. And this is a card that stays on the deck for the rest of the game. So once you flip over your passive ability, you keep it for good. You don't have to worry about constantly needing to put more energy into it. Once it's played and it stays played. Meanwhile, Catalyst, he has 1 energy to use. Once you flip it, whenever you counter an enemy ability, deal 1 unblockable damage. And the rest of the cards go face down. Or at least you're playing them face down against your opponent, but you can hold them in your hands, obviously. You can see what you're going to play. But just for the sake of this, since I'm playing this by myself, I'm going to be playing the cards face down. Just so I don't know what exactly to expect. So while you have the cards in your hand, you're able to look at them. Once you play your cards, you play them face down. Your opponent plays them face down. And then once you have both your cards selected, you flip them over. So right now this is pressure. Your enemy must exhaust an ability. Meanwhile, they use connection severed, which deals 1 damage. So this deals 1 damage. So Catalyst loses 1 health point. We'll just move that over there. And then once you're done, your cards go into the discard pile. You can get them back later on by resting. But for now, I can no longer use that ability again until I rest. So now we go to the next turn. So we flip, we have a rest, and we have a block. Because of this card, defeat your enemy if they play the rest, and they did play the rest, game is over, Rogue Sun wins. So that's how quick a game can end. If you play a rest card and they play an execute card, it one-shots you. So game is over. There we go. That's the first game. I feel like that went way too quick. So we're going to do another one. All right. So I shuffled the cards again. We're back to square one. Everyone has full health. Again, I'm just going to do this blind. So Catalyst plays Assessment Finalized. If this counters an enemy ability, you gain 2 energy instead of 1. If this ability is countered or blocked, deal 1 unblockable damage. Both abilities are the exact same, so they don't counter each other, so each side takes 2 damage. So Catalyst loses 2, meanwhile Marshall loses 2. And these cards go back in the exhaust pile. So there's Rogue Sun, Radiant Black. There's Catalyst. Catalyst plays non-compliant. If your enemy didn't deal you damage or play a grab, you deal 3 unblockable damage. Vengeance blocks 1 damage. Alright, so it's not counting the correct energy. There's no counters in this one. So this is a round for Radiant Black. So Catalyst loses another points. Another card. So we have Inevitable. If you block damage, deal 1 unblockable damage. Pressure. Your enemy must exhaust an ability. If you block damage, deal 1 unblockable damage. Okay, so this blocks. So Radiant Black takes a hit. So now we can see Radiant Black has 7 health and Catalyst has 7 health. So play another card. We flip, rest, Gravity Slam. If this counters an enemy ability, it deals double damage. You may ready an exhausted ability. So it doesn't counter, and this always ready and cannot be exhausted. So I believe if I'm doing this right, that means that Catalyst will lose 2 health, but he gets all his cards back, and he gets an energy. Meanwhile, this doesn't counter, so this doesn't do anything. That goes into the exhaust pile. And this goes back into the deck. And so now that we have a energy, we can use our passive. So we'll flip this, lose the energy. Whenever you counter an enemy ability, you deal 1 unblockable damage. So I'm just going to shuffle Catalyst's cards real quick. Now we play. So flip this, another rest, and this is a shield. If you block damage, heal 1. You're not blocking anything because you're resting. So basically both these cards cancel out, but this goes back into the this goes back into the deck. Meanwhile, Catalyst gets an energy. And now we're down to Radiant Black having only 1 card left. Which has got to be a rest. Another rest. And another rest. So they both get energy. Meanwhile, Radiant Black is able to use all his cards again, and we're going to use this energy to get the passive. So we'll flip it. When you counter an enemy ability, you heal 1. So let me just shuffle these cards real quick. Okay, cards are shuffled. Radiant Black plays, Catalyst plays. Catalyst plays, Connection Severed. And Rogue Sun plays Pressure. So defeat your enemy if they played a rest. It's not a rest. Counters agility. It's not an agility. So they each take a damage. And since this hits, your enemy must exhaust an ability, which means that one of the cards, I guess, randomly goes into the exhaust pile. And then that card will go back into the exhaust pile as well because we just used it. This one goes into the exhaust pile, and both characters lose a health. So Catalyst will lose the 5, and then we'll just bring in 4. Meanwhile, play again. If this counters an enemy ability, you gain 2 energy instead of 1. Block 1 damage. So none of these counter each other. Block 1 damage, so both sides take 1 damage. Because this deals 2, but 1 is block. So now we have 5 health on one side and 3 health on the other. And both of these cards get exhausted. And we go again. We have non-compliance. Grab 3. If your enemy didn't deal you damage or play a grab, you deal 3 unblockable damage. This does deal damage, I believe. If this ability is countered or blocked, deal 1 unblockable damage. It counters this. Okay, so yeah, if this ability is not countered by Catalyst, but it is countered by Marshall. So whenever you counter an enemy ability, you gain 1 health back. And this does 2 damage. So Catalyst now has 1 health point left. And they both get exhausted. And now, play again. Catalyst plays block 1 damage and deal 3. And arrest. So Marshall will get his energy and get all his cards back, but he will take 3 damage. So right now we have 6, so we'll just get rid of the 5 and add 2. So now we're down to 3 and 1. But Marshall has the ability to use his ultimate since he has 1 energy, and that's all you need. So store this ability and lose all. Your enemy reveals 2 of their ready non-rest abilities. Choose 1 to exhaust. So obviously you'd probably want to save this for a little bit later, but just for the sake of this video, we're going to just use this card. So we used it. You reveal all their cards, and you get to exhaust. Well, you get to reveal 2 of their ready cards, but they only had 1 ready card left, so we have to reveal it, and then choose 1 to exhaust. Well, we got to exhaust this one. It also deals 2 damage. Catalyst only has 1 left. Radiant Black wins. So that's how that was played. You know, it's pretty easy. It does tell you like what cards. Like what card this counters. So this will say it counters agility, and when you do, you gain energy. So you don't have to constantly remember, okay, this card counters this, this card counters this. I did print out the rules so you can see what cards counter what cards, but the cards themselves will tell you what cards they counter. So you don't need to have a rules thing by you. So this is fairly simple once you like fully understand it. And the fact that you just gotta buy 1 pack to be able to play a game, I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm assuming though that maybe each pack will have like a different character with their own abilities, which does make me wonder if there'll be like another Radiant Black pack that you can get that will have different Radiant Black abilities. That's something that I'll have to find out later, but yeah, for this we got Radiant Black and his abilities, we got Premier, his abilities. You get all the little hit points and the energies. You have a full game right here, and it's only $5 according to the letter. So I actually think this is pretty fun. I liked it. It's super quick too. As you saw in the first round, the first game, it went by in like not even a minute, and then the second one took some time, but even then it's not that long. Less than 5 minutes, most likely. It was probably just a little bit longer because I was explaining all the rules as we went along and stuff. But this is a super quick game, super easy, and it was actually kind of fun. I mean, I'm just playing by myself, obviously, but I'm assuming once I get to actually play with someone else, it'd be a lot more fun. But I think there's a lot of potential here. I am looking forward to the full release, which, as I said before, I'll read it one more time. So August 30th, which is coming up soon, you can get the cards from their website. And you can also get it from Board Game Arena. And then on the 15th of October, you'll be able to get it from retail stores. But this was fun. I liked it. I want to thank Solus for giving me a free copy to check out. Yeah, this is like my honest opinion. I think this is pretty cool. Again, I'm not being paid for this. I'm not being sponsored for this. I didn't even have to make a video. They didn't tell me to or anything like that. They just said, hey, since you like the Massiverse series so much, we want to check out a free copy, and feel free to do a video if you want, but you don't have to. But I decided, you know what, they were kind enough to give me this, so the least I can do is just do a quick video on it. But this was great. I actually really enjoyed this. I think this is a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the full release when it finally comes out, and seeing what other packs you can get. I especially want to see if I can get a Inferno Girl Red pack, because that's my favorite series in the Massiverse so far. I'm also interested to see what the and more means. If that means like Dead Lucky and No One, or if that means just other Image comic characters. If so, would Hackslash be one of the and more? Because Hackslash is technically part of Image, or at least some of the series is. That'd be pretty cool. But there you go. I hope you enjoy this video. Once again, it was great. I had a lot of fun with this. I will leave links down in the description below where you can check out the game for yourself, where you can buy it once the release date hits, as well as just anything else that any other information you might need. But this was a lot of fun. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.